Hi, I'm Chad Stevens from Whitetail Woodcraft. This video is on knife sharpening. I'd like to just go over a few things for keeping a nice serviceable edge on your hunting knives. I prefer traditional, solid, permanent bladed knives for hunting purposes. Not that the replaceable ones don't have their place, their uses, but I learned early to put a knife, to get a nice edge on a knife. We did lots of skinning and field dressing when I was young, and I got used to it, and that's just what I like. And I can touch it up in the field quickly and in a matter of seconds, and I'm back at it. One of the things you'll find as you field dress game is that hides are particularly hard on knives. There's a lot of, it's heavy leather, depending on the animal, and the hair is full of dust and dirt, and so it's hard on an edge. And just to demonstrate what's capable of, this very knife is just a basic Henkel's kitchen knife, and it's been around quite a while, and I've used that with a single sharpening to stake up an entire hind quarter of a moose. So it is possible, and it isn't that difficult. Anyone can do it, and I think a lot of it is guys just don't understand. Some of them don't understand the basic premise, and this knife is a case in point. I picked it up used. It's a high quality knife, probably worth $500. And the problem is with it is it was used, and it wasn't mistreated. It's just, but I can tell by looking at it that it's been improperly sharpened. This guy's probably backbladed this knife, and the reason you can tell that is if you take a close look at this edge, right in this area here, you can see that there's a fold in that edge. It's folded over. You should be able to look at a knife and look down the edge, and really, it shouldn't stand out. It should look balanced and even, and that's the big thing about it. I've used at home. I use this. I've had this for years. It's a Smith's Arkansas sandstone sharpening kit, and basically it's got a coarse and fine sandstone and a heavy almost. This is for finer sharpening and does not require oil. This one, it's almost like a regular knife steel sort of thing. Now, we can go through the whole deal with this, and if you're using these stones, they absorb oil, so it's important not to put too much on. It needs a thin film, and when you're done, it needs to be removed. So when I'm done, I'll wash this off, and I make sure I take it right to the edges so I don't damage my stone. Now I'm going to use both, so I'm going to wipe some of that excess off on this one. And like I said, just a fine film. And this is, if you can see it beaded up on there, you got more than you need. So I'll use it on two. And it's important not to leave it sit there when you're done. To soak in. It will soak in and soften the stones up. So basically, you need to read your directions when you do it, because these are basically, they're a little confusing, and they darken with use. This one's the coarse coarser sandstone. The lighter one is the finer. And then you can finish with the black one. And now a guide is nice, but it's not necessary either. With practice, you just get used to about a 20-degree angle. 22, I think, is exactly what they're looking for. But anyway, so, and you just want to start with the edge near you, and you like pretend like you're cutting off a thin slice of that stone, and draw that knife along the whole entire edge and through. And careful, with your follow throughs that you're not going to cut yourself. So then I just turn it over and go the opposite way on the other. Same thing. So it's important that you're just doing a fine cut off that. And this knife is it's a Puma, a White Hunter made in Germany. It's a high quality knife. So it is it's good steel, but it's got an odd tip on it for a heavy rounded tip, and it was designed as a camp knife in Africa for an African outfitting company one time originally. And the backside is actually sharp as well, designed for splitting firewood, pounding tent pegs, and field dressing game. So I haven't spent a lot of time with it as yet, but it's an interesting knife, and obviously well made. It's lasted a long time. Now it's, like I said, it's important that you move forward like you're cutting a very thin slice off, and you want to finish right to the tip. And the other thing is, you want to, smiths always recommended that you do the same amount of strokes on each side of the blade, on each stone. You could do it up to 5 times on one side, switch over 5 times on the other one. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. I tend not to do that. I keep my knives in as good a shape as possible, so I just stick to basically 1 stroke either side, and it works for me. And basically when you can hook your thumbnail without a whole lot of pressure, just put it on your thumbnail and hook on it. It's going to skin, it's going to cut. I mean, you can take it to extremes, but that'll field dress game. It'll cut hide, and that'll last quite a while. Now, basically, so this is just basically the coarse sandstone, and I'll switch over and I'll do maybe 10 passes on the other one as well. 10 on each stone is usually lots, unless you've damaged your knife and it's in very poor condition, So actually, quite often 10 per side is sufficient, I find, and on the finishing 5 is lots. It's a much grittier type of stone. It's a polishing stone, basically. The first 2 put the edge on, and this one polishes it. That's the idea of it. And I use this typically pre and post season. I'll do my hunting knives on this, and my kitchen knives as well. And it can be, sometimes like it seems like a bit of a chore to do knives. People think it's a little tedious. I can make quick work of it, and I'll take 5 knives, kitchen knives out, and I'll sit them out, and I'll do them one on each stone. You know, I'll give them 10 passes on each stone, all of them, and I can be done the whole thing in, you know, 10 minutes, easy. I can do 4 knives, and now, like I said, this knife I have the first time I've touched it, and I just want to make sure I'm going to remove that fold on there, and I think I have. My eyes aren't what they used to be, but when I look at that now, I don't see that fold anymore. You know, like it was almost like that steel is over like that and fold over on one side, and we've got that off there. So I'm content that that'll, you know, that's gonna field dress anything I need to do, or so we can continue with that if we want to fine tune it a little bit more. The other thing is that I have is this diamond. It's a Smith's as well, and it's just a little. I keep this in my pocket when I'm in the bush. It's just a little diamond sharpener, and it's the same principle, and it's very slick. I like it. As soon as my knife is dull, if we're skinning a skinning party, or if I'm field dressing in the bush, and I find it basically I'll have a knife. I'll field dress a single deer without any difficulty. But you know, the same thing with this one is just, you know, you could do. It's the same motion, same idea. And you just take it, draw it along, make sure you come out to the tip. That's the tricky part with a lot of knives, is to get the tip done, you know. And this has got a little bit of a more grittier feel on it. It's more of a fast and ready type of sharpener, and I like it. There's a lot of different. I've got some friends that are really into knives, like they have collections, you know, and they've got all kinds of different sharpening kits and whatnot. And I like a good quality knife, but it's you know, keep it within reason. I'm quite happy to have 1 or 2 good ones. You know, so that's your course. And the fine one is same idea, and you can hear it. It grabs just a little less, so it's going to give you a little more polish. And you know, you can do this. You can hold it in your hand. It's not ideal. I wouldn't hold that in your hand while it's sharpening. It's not ideal, not safe. I put it on a log or something, or down on a stone, so that it's firm. But it is quite compact, and it's light. You don't really. It's not like you notice it being in your pocket or pack. So. And that's basically, you know, that'll get you through a lot of field dressing and skinning, and without any difficulties. And you can keep your knife edges, and you know, with a good serviceable edge on them. And it's not necessary to buy expensive sharpeners or replaceable blades. And the other beauty of good heavy field knives is, you know, they're not going to break on you, and which is a danger, you know, around your hands if you're field dressing and you break one of those replaceable blades and run it through your hand. It's never fun when you cut yourself. I'm always you know, I don't do it very often, but over many years of construction and hunting, the odd time you're gonna nick yourself, and it's always almost an embarrassment, and you always know it's not necessary, and it's always unpleasant, you know. So that's one of the reasons I tend to shy away from those replaceable ones as well. It's just one more added component of difficulty at times, and a good field knife is solid one will do the same thing, and really it's not that difficult to maintain it. So that's I guess that's about all I've got to say with that. So if you've got any more questions, please you can contact me at Whitetail Woodcraft by email. It's Whitetail Woodcraft 705 Gmail. Okay, thanks.